Hi, welcome to Knits Up. I'm Mindy, your hostess, otherwise known as Knitter CNY. I am Knitter CNY on Instagram. That's how I've been documenting a lot of my projects lately. I've been off for quite a while, not podcasting, and been updating by Instagram. I had minor surgery about 3 weeks ago and was off of work for 2 weeks, and I went in and did a week of work this week, and I'm back to my regular schedule, but light duty, which is I'm the secretary anyways. So those are where you can find me. There's a Facebook page. There's a podcast group as well. If you want to go share your projects, that would be terrific. I've been doing like a lot of knitting at the beach. We have a small county park that's in the town where I live, and before the swimming season opens, there's no charge for parking when you just go in and park your car. And I've been sitting like on a park bench and looking at the lake and hanging out and knitting. So I did quite a bit of that while I was laid up. I'll probably be there later today. I've been working on quite a few things. One of which is I'm in the sewing up stage now. I usually do a lot of seamless work, but this is not seamless, unfortunately. This is the Curvy Girl Cabled Cardigan by Lion Brand, and it's out of Lion Brand Heartland, which is 100% acrylic yarn. This color is, I can't remember what this color is, but it's a tweed that's been discontinued. Royal Isle tweed. I've gotten the sides sewed up, and I've got to attach I've done the shoulder seaming, little shoulders, and then I have to take when they had you do the fronts, they had you do like a cable this way, and then you sew it to the back, and then that cable detail will continue, and you graft the two edges of the cable together. I'm probably not explaining this really well, but this will be attached to that. This is the back of the sweater, and then there's like a cable detail. It's an open front sweater, and there's a cable detail down each front. And then for the sleeves, I did a modification of the sleeves. This is one sleeve, and it has that same cable detail. They wanted almost double the number of rows, because you start and you do a strip of cable and then you pick up from one edge and knit the sleeves up. They wanted like 3/4 sleeves, and that's probably why there was more cable detailing, but I just did a smaller cable and picked up a few smaller stitches and switched my rate of increase a little bit. But it'll attach here. It'll be a full sleeve, or bracelet length, I guess you'd call it. I did the sleeves seamlessly as well. I'm just going to have to sew in the sleeves, but that'll take a little while. It took me probably about an hour and a half to sew the seams on the sides and the shoulders up. So again, that's the Curvy Girl Cabled Cardigan, and you can find that on Lion Brand's website. It's a free website, a free thing. I think you have to sign up for it with your email address or something, but not anything major. Pardon me as I bend for a second. The other thing I've been working on a little bit is the Premier Yarns Lacy Arches Cardigan, which is a free pattern for a yarn that has been discontinued. As far as I know, there might be some of it left on their website. It's Serenity Garden yarn, which is a Dacron acrylic. It's a Deborah Norville, and it's a number 2. This is what the back looks like. The back's already done. The color is called Crocus. It's a purple. It's about 3 or 4 different shades of purple. And there's like a very nice lace, really simple lace pattern that kind of shows you what it looks like. And then the front, I'm doing the fronts a little wider because this is, again, an open front cardigan. And then when I get to the top, I'm just going to do like maybe like a pleat right at the top, or do a weird little decrease so that my shoulders match. I think I did 2 more repeats. So I'm adding about, that much. This is a repeat right here. 2 repeats. So 2 of these little things I'm adding. So it gives it about, I think, 6 more inches around the front, because there's no way for me to put darts in this thing, but I want to have a little more coverage in the front because I'm busty. I'm like a triple D cup, so you need a little more stuff because there needs to be more fabric. And that's coming along. I'm using I think it's a velocity needle, a US size 6, which I believe is a 4.0 millimeter. There's not too much awful difference between these stripe patterns. That's the other thing with this yarn, is one of the other reasons why I wanted to increase across the front of this is because the stripes at the back are pretty much an even length all through. And if you have a narrower piece at the front, the stripes get deeper because you're not covering as much territory. So let's hold this up and see how close it is. So this is the back, and this would be the front. So they're pretty close. That dark purple kind of shows that. You can see that dark purple is a little bit wider, but not too much awful wider. And again, that's a free pattern on Premier Yarn's website. It's a very light yarn. It's like I said, it's a 2, so it's like a sport weight, I guess you would call it. And then the other thing I've been working on, we're talking about UFOs I've picked up that have been on the needles for quite a while. This, I know how old it is because Shawl and a Ball came out, I believe, in 2016. And I was right there buying it. Shawl and a Ball is a Lion brand yarn again. And it has multiple colors in it. And it's a cotton acrylic blend. It's fairly light. I can't remember what the weight of it is exactly, but it drapes really lovely. This is a half pie shawl that's free on Lion Brand's website. Basically what you end up doing is, you can kind of see it there, you knit one and yarn over, and at a set number of rows, you do that yarn over row all the way through, and it doubles the number of stitches basically. So I'm at the point now where I've done so many rows and I'm ready to double again, and I have 2 balls of this, but this will have a whole bunch more colors in it. It'll have like an orange, like a dark red, a yellow, and then there's an orange. And then I think it goes to something else underneath. Then it goes back to that pink. I posted a picture the other day when I was at Oneida Shores Park because I said it reminded me of an everlasting gobstopper. It's like which color is going to come up next. But they all go really well together. This color itself is called Restful Rainbow. It's a very summery look, and because it's cotton acrylic, I want to try and get it done. I don't even know if I'm going to have to go into a second ball. It's called Shawl and a Ball because you're supposed to be able to get a shawl out of a ball. Now they have a different put up of this that is Shawl and a Cake. I don't know that it's the same number of yards or meters, so if you get that, you may want to double check and see what you've got going there. And then the 4th project I'm working on, pardon me, is a blanket. This is one of my, I guess you'd call it a charity blanket or an ongoing project, whatever. This is the Bernat All-for-One Crochet Blanket. This is a free pattern on yarnspirations.com. I think you have to sign up with an email again, and it's for a worsted weight yarn. It's for Bernat Pop. A full-size blanket would take 6 balls of Bernat Pop or 6 cakes. I'm just using what I've got, and what I found was a small blanket, like a small kid-size throw / Project Linus blanket would be about 23 rounds. You do a chain down the center here, and then you pick up one, you do granny square, granny rectangle up one side and down the other. And then you go around and around, and you do, you know, stuff in the corner. But that line right down the middle is the initial chain that you pick up. And I can't remember what colors these are, but there's definitely one that's like this. I want to say it's like Violet Fusion or some bizarre name. They all have bright names. And then I've got, I think this is called Lipstick on My Collar. Lipstick on Your Collar. So this has like a lighter pink, that really bright fuchsia, a gray, and like a white color. Actually, there's 2 colors of gray. There's a light and a dark color of gray. So that'll be my next thing after I get through. I think I've got more pink and more orange here. So I've got to get through that. I'm using a size H 5.0 millimeter, 5.0 millimeter hook. This is a Clover hook, Clover Touch. And it works really well. I was using another hook for a while, but I like this one better because it's not round, it's flat. And then it has a little grippy thing here where you put your thumb. That works well for my style of crochet. I'm trying to think if there's another color of this orange or whether it goes into anything else. Yeah, there's pretty much, I think there's one more little shade of orange, lighter orange in there. And then I'll go into this. I'll work from the center out. So it'll be white, light pink, fuchsia, dark gray, light gray. It'll go back to the white. And then for the border, I have more of this bright fuchsia color that was left over from another ball that I'll use for the outside. So that should get me through everything. So it's using about, I think about 3 skeins, 3 cakes. And this is available at Walmart. I think it's $4.97 a cake. And this is 100% acrylic. It's kind of rough. You can make, you know, a shawl with a ball, like a boomerang type style. So that is one thing that I'm working on. And that's it. I thought I would get way more knitting done, but I'm just pleased to almost have gotten a sweater done, aside from the sewing, because you don't realize how much surgery takes out of you. I had general anesthesia, and so I recovered for a couple of days, and I was having issues like getting up from chairs and stuff like that. So I wasn't like I wasn't sitting up a whole lot. So it took a good 3-4 days until I felt kind of with it enough, but I was still ordering yarn on sale from Yarn Inspirations like the next morning after surgery when I woke up at my friend's house. I had a girlfriend she and her husband let me stay there for a couple of days so I could relax, and you know, if there was somebody who needed to be around me in case I had a reaction to anesthesia or had a problem or anything. So that's it. I may come back in about a month or so, I'm thinking, unless I get something sooner. I'm probably not doing a whole lot of traveling. Like I said, I'm on light duty until like June 25th. So I drive back and forth to work. That's not a big deal, but I'm not taking any long trips or anything. And what I'm trying to do is pick up the old projects. As you can see, that the purple sweater for the Premier Yarns is from 2010. It's a 7-year-old sweater. I should probably just, you know, chucked it, but I feel like if I work on it a little bit, it might get better. So that's what I'm doing. I hope you guys have a great week. If you can go over to the podcast group or go to Instagram and show me what you're working on, that would be terrific. And again, I'm Knitter CNY on Instagram. I'm Knitter CNY on Ravelry, and the podcast is called Knits Up. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.